Good morning. I'm State Representative Seth Grove, 196th District, York County. I'd like to appreciate everybody coming out today. I do want to start off by thanking Glenn Paslewitz, Executive Director of the Joint State Government Commission, Dr. Lori Betts, Program Officer, Physical and Preventive Behavior Health, Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation, Jeff Jacobs of the Worcester Elementary, also the school SHAPE representative, along with Dave John and the Alliance of the YMCAs for being here today, and to again thank them, along with the other members of the advisory committee, for their hard work in putting together this report on a growing problem in Pennsylvania. The rapid growth of childhood obesity in our country poses a serious health challenge to our state moving forward. In the early 1960s, only 4% of children between the ages of 6 and 11 were considered obese. This number has skyrocketed as the latest figures indicate an alarming 26 to 28% of children in Pennsylvania are either overweight or obese. All research shows obesity, particularly childhood obesity, impacts our communities by first damaging people's lives through increased risk for heart disease, diabetes, and a range of other serious health conditions. In addition, research points to drastically increasing healthcare costs resulting from the serious health problems that childhood obesity can lead to. The report before you today seeks to address this problem by proposing a set of solutions which can immediately start moving forward to achieve positive end results. These solutions include providing our youth greater opportunity for physical activity. This includes having physical education being adopted as a core subject to the Pennsylvania core academic standards. In addition to adopting physical education as a core subject, the report encourages schools to have physical education classes for the whole year instead of having the class for only a semester. The report further encourages schools to provide 30 minutes per day for vigorous to moderate intensive activities. By creating more opportunities for our children to be active in the Commonwealth, it takes an important first step in combating the obesity epidemic in our youth. However, history has shown this cannot be a top-down government-centered solution, as any attempt by government to fix this alone has utterly fallen short. Instead, to fight childhood obesity, our community must coordinate and work together to tackle this problem. For this reason, the report encourages the establishment of a Childhood Obesity Prevention Advisory Committee as an independent body comprised of nutritionists, educators, food bank administrators, and individuals from nonprofit wellness groups such as the Y. By bringing together individuals with the knowledge and experience who can partner with the Commonwealth combating this ever-growing problem, we can finally establish a truly comprehensive approach to tackling this issue in an effective and cost-effective manner. The report is very comprehensive with long-term and short-term recommendations. There are a few recommendations I feel the General Assembly can tackle in the short term. Encourage schools to utilize farm-to-school programs to not only grow our local economies, but also increase our community wellness. Encourage partnerships with families and community members in development and implementation of healthy eating and physical activity policies and practices and programs. School district employees should be encouraged to participate in the school district wellness plans along with students to demonstrate leadership and healthful living, and in the hopes that fewer employee stays are not lost to illness and have a beneficial effect on school budgets. School districts should seek partners such as the Y to optimize each other's strengths and share resources. Organizations such as the Y have tremendously valuable resources in place and are positioned to collaborate with schools. The Commonwealth should encourage and promote bike paths, sidewalks, and other methods of multimodal transportation to existing and new infrastructure design and planning. Happy to report this was already completed in conjunction with Act 89, the Transportation Funding Bill, with the creation of the Intermodal Fund within the Transportation Funding Bill. Additionally, Chapter 4 of Title 22 should reflect current education policy, which makes it abundantly clear that interscholastic sports, marching band, and even ROTC are not acceptable substitutes for physical education at school. Finally, the Advisory Committee recommends that programs be designed with respect to best practices of social marketing techniques so they may provide guidance and assistance in ways that are culturally and ethnically relevant to targeted parents. After all, kids today, especially in high school, love social media. So let's go to where they're at to get the good information out to them. I'd like to give a member of the Advisory Committee, actually two. We'll start with Jeff Jacobs an opportunity to speak on the process and his thoughts on the report. Jeff, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jeff Jacobs, and I currently teach health and physical education in the Methacton School District, which is outside of Philadelphia. First, I want to thank the members of this committee for all the time and effort they spent in studying such an important issue. I would like to also thank the Pennsylvania State House for approving House Resolution 243 that set the work of this committee in motion. I did want to take a moment to reinforce the immense scope of the obesity epidemic. The recent June 16th issue of Time magazine reported on the results of a worldwide study on obesity conducted by the University of Washington. In the findings of this study, the U.S. was ranked as having the second highest percentage of overweight and obese people in the world, with a whopping 67.4%. In an unrelated study, not in Time magazine, it has been predicted that our current generation of children, on average, will live 5 years less than their parents will live for the very first time in history due to obesity and other problems. As for those individuals who are overweight and obese, their condition has tremendous effects on their quality of life, often resulting in chronic disease and shorter lifespans. In Pennsylvania and throughout our country, the obesity issue also affects our economy and employers through greater rates of absenteeism, lost productivity, and increased healthcare costs. As a physical educator, my goal is to develop physically literate individuals. Physical literate individuals have the knowledge, the skill, and the confidence to enjoy a lifetime of healthful physical activity. Now, depending on how old you are or where you went to school, you may not want to use your own physical education experience as a frame of reference. Today's comprehensive health and quality physical education programs are based on Pennsylvania state and national academic standards and use best practices to develop physically literate individuals. Currently, Pennsylvania has many good requirements in place to support the health and physical education programs in our schools, yet many could still be strengthened. In the past several years of budget shortfalls, many districts have successfully circumvented some of these requirements in order to save money. And they can do this because there is no accountability. There is no formal state assessment for health and physical education, nor is there any mechanism in place to confirm compliance. The reality is the health and well-being of our children in Pennsylvania is being compromised. Studies have consistently shown that fitness-based physical education improves student attention and focus, increases student attendance, it improves academic performance and achievement, and decreases discipline issues. In other words, fitness-based physical education contributes to a very positive learning environment. This committee has brought to light the many great efforts going on throughout the state. We need to find a way to work together to coordinate and get the most out of these efforts. And in addition, we need to look at new initiatives. The children are our future, and as adults, we need to make decisions that create bright and healthy futures for them. My sincere hope is that Pennsylvania will value the importance of aggressively attacking the obesity issue by using the recommendations contained in this report to put in place meaningful initiatives to work toward preventing childhood obesity in Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Next, we have Dr. Lori Betts, who works for the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Lori Betts. I'm a program officer for preventive behavioral and physical health at the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation. I'd first like to say it's been an honor to serve on this committee for the past year. Today's report reflects months of meetings, discussions, and research, and has come up with robust recommendations. It is our hope that the Pennsylvania will take on the recommendations and implement them, because today's problems with childhood obesity are multifactorial and they need multisectorial help to resolve them in the climate of today's epidemic of childhood obesity. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we'll open it up to any questions. None. Perfect. Thank you all for coming out. And again, I thank the advisory committee for all your due diligence, your hard work, and we will work with our colleagues and the Y Caucus to move forward with your recommendations. Thank you. Thank you all.